when that video blows up, I swear to God, bro, like I would get 300, like 200 messages. I really didn't want to like sell the beat at first. I was just like doing a mashup for fun, right? And because they found that TikTok, I got a placement from that. Just be a fucking human being, bro. Like just understand that you have to build relationships, bro. You can't just like hop on every train. People with over 1 million followers, like most of them are really like broke. Like they don't have money at all. Like
W tym odcinku będę rozmawiał z wiralowym producentem z TikToka. Chyba każdy z nas chociaż raz w życiu widział jego filmik gdzieś na TikToku albo Instagramie, a niektóre z nich robią miliony wyświetleń. Więc porozmawiam z nim sobie o ciemnych i jasnych stronach robienia kontentu i bycia wiralowym producentem, a także o wielu innych aspektach z tym związanych. A potem pokaże on swój proces tworzenia właśnie takich wiralowych beatów i zrobimy sobie taki beat. Także bez zbędnego gadania już zaczynamy. What's going on, guys? Today I'm with Jack.
Yo.
You basically went viral with your videos. Is it kinda changed your life, your brand? Like, what would you say about it? Was it all worth it? Tell us something about it.
Well, it definitely changed my career path as far as like a producer. It gave me a lot of opportunities. I would say that's the biggest thing, just having like people come to you, you know, and network. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
So your goal was always like, when it comes to producing and content, like reaching more people or like placements, like what's your goal? Because I see a lot of your reels, TikToks and stuff, your IG is getting very, very big. Like really, what's your main goal? Where are you going with all of this?
When I first started, I started like making TikToks during COVID, right? I'm from Canada. COVID was really bad here, you know, curfews and stuff. So I was like always in the house and I figured, you know what, bro? I need to figure out something to do with my time, right? Like I can't just stay in the house and just do nothing. I kind of started doing TikToks and stuff like that. And it started really like getting a lot of traction. And at the time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. Like I just wanted to, you know, make videos and grow an audience. But that's one of the things that I say, like, if you're trying to like make content and stuff, it's one thing to get views and to go viral, but you really have to utilize that to your advantage. You can't just be making videos and like trying to go viral every time. You have to really like try to build an audience, which will ultimately be your career, you know, if you want it to be that way. My goal right now is just to build the audience and, you know, have like a certain group of people that like really fuck with my stuff. And as far as like social media, now I'm trying to like branch out to like getting more placements and like getting like more opportunities with like artists and stuff like that. But initially I just wanted to really like have a connection with my audience.
Yeah, so you thinking about any ways to really like, because ain't gonna lie, like it's kinda the main goal is to monetize it too, so you can really live from your passion and stuff. So like you thought about the methods, because going viral is very good thing. Like a lot of people see who you are and they actually know you exist, right? And it's very good situation when you got this following and stuff. But like you said, you want to do something further. You wanna actually base that so it's like something you can do as a living maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And like again, that's one of the things that a lot of people like they don't really see. Like they think, oh, you're gonna go viral one time and then you're gonna have a career. But that's really not how it works. Like I saw an article, I don't know what it was, like people with over 1 million followers, like most of them are really like broke. Like they don't have money at all. Like it's just like a facade that people try to like portray, but really like having followers and stuff, it really doesn't matter, bro. Like all it does is have like this social credibility. But if you don't do anything like productive with it and like you're not actually trying to help people and like better their day in a way, it's kind of like pointless, you know?
Yeah, it really is like that, because it's like the algorithm and stuff, like the likes, but it's still short form content. It's not like really some big wealth or something. So let me ask you, like, you live off music, you sell beats, like what's your like outside of the content? Because content gets you far, I think. Still, it's very, very good thing that happened to you and all of that. But I want to ask you, like, outside of that, what do you do outside of content, like right now?
Yeah, so actually I was doing a lot of beats, like random sample flips, where like I would take, you know, a random sound and just flip it into this beat, right? So maybe like a year and a half ago, I started releasing those as my own songs on like streaming platforms. So that's one thing that I do. I also, if we're talking about like, I'm trying to like give tips as well for producers, because I know like that's your thing. You're really trying to give out some gems there. If you're trying to do content, you either have to like branch out to selling kits or like selling beats, but you could also like, because there's different ways of making income, right? You could have like brand deals and stuff like that. You could have like, you know, your own platform to sell kits, really monetize it different ways. So I think it's really like, for me, I'm just trying to like release my own stuff now and like trying to build with artists now, but there's really different ways to do it. Content is just like a way of putting yourself out there, but depending on what you want to put out out there, you could really choose if you like sound design, if you like, just doing videos, even for other people, right? There's really different ways to monetize it.
Yeah, that's fact. It's like you really gotta put the value to those things so you can, when it comes to like building the audience, that's the very important
Yeah.
thing, to really give the value so people will not just see your video, like, and go, but stay and really fuck with you as a person and as a creator.
Yeah, bro. And that's a whole other debate, bro. Like the short form is like super fast, right? Like even you scroll on Instagram in like 2 seconds and you're out. If you don't like the video, bro, you're out. And people don't realize, like, people think their content is good, but in reality, like, it's really not necessarily good if you're not keeping people's attention. Because obviously, like, people's attention span is like super short, right? So you really got to think in terms of like, are people actually liking this content or not? And that comes to ultimately, am I providing value to that person? Am I teaching somebody something? Am I like, putting a smile on their face? That's really what it is. Like, are you providing value to people?
Yeah, that's facts, that's facts. And you don't want to have this only these people who just like come and leave, but audience is really the thing that gonna put you in a better position.
That's the reason why I do them, is like, because people will be like, yo, what is this, bro? Like, this is kind of weird, but I like it, because people are like so emotionless. When you think about it, like when you're making content, you have to like portray an emotion. And for me, like, I love to do that shit because like you're not even gonna think about like the sound in a beat. You're really not gonna think about it. But the way I try to put it is like it's kind of like an element of surprise, right? To where you're kind of surprised about the beat, which I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I actually like sold quite a few beats with random samples in it that I
Wi-
kind of just flipped, because like not a lot of people, well, like my new followers, like they don't really know this, but I used to do a lot of mashups, and I actually got like a few placements with like doing mashups. So like I would do, for example, like Playboy Cardi made a jazz song,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
unexpected like mix and matches. And I did one, the biggest placement, well, it's not really a big placement, but the biggest song that I got from that is a Dave East song. And I did the mashup was like, what if Camila Cabello, I forget what it was. And then somebody reached out to me and they wanted the beat. I really didn't want to like sell the beat at first. I was just like doing a mashup for fun, right? And because they found that TikTok, I got a placement from that, which is
Th-
crazy, bro. Like the world we live in, like you could just post a video on TikTok and like somebody reaches out to you and like, yo,
Like doing content is really not always, but being kind of step ahead of some people, because like you got this advantage, like you go in viral, not even viral, but just,
yeah, exactly.
and then you got a lot of more chances. But there's a people who got major placements and don't do content, so it's like there's not only one option, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to ramble, but that's one of the reasons why I went to Atlanta, because I'm from Canada, right? So over here, like I kind of wanted to like make beats with like the US people as well. So like US artists and just linking up with like producers over there, right? Because I love the music over there, right? And that's one of the reasons why I go to Atlanta sometimes, is because I kind of want to link in person with the people now. Because I'm like an online guy, right? You see me like on Instagram, TikTok, but like I kind of miss that physical like link up in the studio connection, right? DB was talking about that. Like he's in Atlanta, always working in the studio, always like, meeting with people, meeting this artist, meeting, this producer, this A&R in the studio is really, really good. Like in terms of like building connections, I feel like it's really good to meet the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and being in US is like it's more competition, but it's still better than like I'm here in Poland. I got hundreds kilometers away, so I cannot be. But it's really advantage like making those connections. It's really like this. You out there, you just like see this guy, link up with this, and like people coming up to the studio. It's different. It's just different. So I wish I could do more of that stuff too. Content is good. It's crazy like in terms of putting yourself out there and new people coming out to you and building audience, but still there is something missing.
Yeah.
But this thing you can find in this real meetups and stuff. So
But the thing is, bro, like if I hadn't made the content though, maybe I wouldn't have linked up with all those people when I went to Atlanta.
That's
So everything
facts.
like kind of falls into place. I didn't make the content for nothing. Like I'm building my brand in a way to where like people are reaching out to me, like saying, yo, let's link up, let's work, That's kind of like the bigger picture of making content, is not only just going viral, getting a million views. It's really about like building your brand. And I think that's what Briggs was talking about. She's talking about like brand building is a lot more important than the views and like the, you know what I'm saying? Like building your own shit.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. But you can like the thing you said was right, because like some people would not even know who you are without the content. So you gotta any way you can, any route, just you gotta finesse your way to just people knowing who you are. So anyway is good, like content is good, meeting people is good too.
Exactly. I agree.
Some of the things maybe are just more for a while, some of them for a short period, but just gotta do something, you know.
Even artists, bro. Like I've had a Kyle, well, not Kyle Beats, Kyle, you made that. He's a producer out in Toronto. He's the homie. He told me, bro, he was signed. He was making a lot of TikToks back then, right? When like TikTok was blowing up. He actually got signed to a record label to make content. They saw his TikTok account and they were like, we're gonna sign you for 1 year and you're gonna make content every day just to promote yourself, promote the songs that you're producing. And like it was kind of like a trial. They really never did that, but I think labels are trying to not like find people who are big on the internet necessarily, but they're looking at, do you have like an online presence? If you have like 100,000 followers, you're most likely gonna have a lot more chances of landing some deals or having the negotiation power with these labels. Whereas if you have like 10 followers, which I don't really agree with, because like the person with 10 followers might be even better, but in the world that we live in, it's really, you also have to do your own marketing. You know what I'm saying?
It just counts. Your stuff you putting out, it just counts, and like you can really get this opportunity by the stuff you really put out. So like you said, it's not like people with 10 followers might be better than you, let's say, but still, if you got 100,000 followers, it's really advantage.
Yeah, you can negotiate in your favor. Like if somebody offers you something, you could really negotiate that. And I've had that happen to me where I would have like brand deals and I could negotiate a higher rate because I had people that were, you know, followed to me, which if I had like 1,000 followers, I could not negotiate. Like that's the price and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all about like negotiating and like, again, all goes down to, again, building your brand and like whether it's online, whether it's like you said, like Brick said, face to face, it's like, it's all about building your brand and building an ecosystem where you can actually just grow your brand.
It's like, that's him, you know, he did this, he got this, like this is his brand, like all of that stuff equals that brand. So it's really important because it's gonna take you further in most of the routes, whatever is this, like the label stuff, maybe the meeting people stuff, the payment you're gonna get for something, for a beat or for whatever, it's gonna be, everything is gonna be to your advantage.
And you still got to be professional. Like, bro, like I've talked with like influencers and like people with like 1 million followers, and some of them are really not professional at all. They're really like, I would much rather work with like smaller creators that really are passionate about what they're doing and have like this element of, you know, being professional. Cause like people work with like people they like. They don't really care if like you have 100,000 followers. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Being a likable person is like the basics and like in building relationships, I feel like.
Yeah, and like you said, being kind of professional is always, for me, it's good too, because it's just good vibe of this thing, like you productive kind of, I don't know how to really explain this, but don't be like just on some random shit.
Yeah, I've been in studio sessions where like I've met like A&Rs from like this label, for example, and they don't really know me like that. They just see me in the studio and I'm able to be professional. I'm able to have a conversation with them. Like I'm not on some weird shit. Like I can have a conversation with somebody, but some of these people online, they're like, they're not really looking forward to having real life conversations. They're like kind of like hiding, just doing online. And that's good, but you also have to be able to like communicate with people. Communication is really important, bro. And like when you just do content, you really kind of like phase out and you don't really know how to really talk to people in real life after, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can definitely get lost. You can
Yeah.
go like only this, like you can be a content creator and stuff, like do this for most of your, let's say, career or time, but still you gotta be a human being, making
Exactly, bro.
these connections and like having these relationships, not be some like robot or some shit. Like
When I met DB in Atlanta, I met DB in the studio. What I realized about him is that he's like a fucking human being, bro. Like he's really a human being. And that's what I love about him is like he has all these placements and like all these people that reach out to him and stuff, but he's like the nicest guy you'll ever meet, bro. Like he's the most human person I've met. And like that really has no price, bro. Like that's the reason why you want to work with him is like he's so nice. He's like so, you know, respectful. He's not trying to be somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm trying to be, you know?
yeah, right. It's like he's the inspiration for that for sure. Like we gotta say this because when I talked to him, I felt his energy. Like he's not like, let me say, he's there. He talks to you with so much passion and like he's really the human being. Because those times we are right now is like some people are like not even human beings, bro. They act like in some some kind of way that you don't even want to like talk to them and like work with them, because they are so detached from like really being a human, like don't have this energy and stuff. They just lost in this maybe internet stuff or something. Like I don't know what's the reason really, but it's really sad to see. But the opposite is like, it's really good to see people like DB or like other people. Like I talked to Max Shooter too. He's like really smart guy and just like human being to like, it's kind of weird to say that, but it's really like this. Some people are not even that, like they lost basic functions.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Sometimes I'll have a video like blow up right online. I'll have like a million views. When that video blows up, I swear to God, bro, like I would get 300, like 200 messages, yo, saying, let's work, bro. Let's work. Let's work. Only when one video blows up. If not, like I don't really get that many messages like on the daily. But you know what I'm saying? Like you notice that when something happens like that, like when people are only there to profit from you, you notice it. Like I notice it. Like DB notices it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like when DB gets a placement, I'm sure he's getting hit up by like 100 people saying, yo, let's work, let's work, let's work. Only when he's getting placements. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how you work, bro. You got to build the relationships. You got to like be there, like play your role. You know, it's really more than just getting like clout. It's really like building real human relationships. That's how the world is. Like I'm not trying to start a debate. I am probably biased as well. Like I see people like doing big numbers. I'm trying to reach out to them as well. Like I'm not saying like I'm not trying to reach out to them. I'm just saying like there's a way to do it. Just be a fucking human being, bro. Like just understand that you have to build relationships, bro. You can't just like hop on every train and expect you to like hop on every train at once. Like you got to start sometimes from the ground up, and that's fine. Like it's normal.
That's right. Like it's not that the reaching out to somebody is bad, like you some devil or something because you said let's work. No, it's just like, it's like two different things, because like you can see when somebody is like thirsty or something, but you can see when somebody is genuine. Like sometimes, you know, like it's obvious, but it's like you can clearly say that there is a difference. Some people are just like just for their advantage, not just for the advantage of relationship.
People notice that from a mile away, bro.
Yeah, like especially when people achieve something maybe a little bit, but they really notice that, and somebody thinks it's like you can see it.
People that hit up DMs and they're like, yo, and just they don't write something else after, like, bro, tell me what you want, bro. Like, do you want to work? What do you want? Just don't tell me yo. You know, I had this argument with like Prod by Infinite, and I was talking to him about that. Like, we were just joking around because I posted on my story like somebody's just saying yo, and I'm like, bro, can we stop doing this, right? And he was like, bro, a lot of people do that to me as well. So I was just funny.
When you actually say what you mean, expect what you want, you really got more chance to really get a response. Like for real, like when somebody hit me up, even if it's long message, but he say exactly what he wants for me, just work or whatever, I'm just down for it to at least read it, at least respond.
Exactly.
But when it's yo, you don't know shit.
Yeah, it's like, what do you want, bro?
Yeah.
One life hack is that if you're trying to send out beats, I've noticed instead of sending like a pack, like a link, like a drive, like a Dropbox, send like screen recordings of like your phone. You know, like you could screen record like the screen.
Yeah.
Just screen record your beats and send it that way. The open rate on that is so much bigger, I feel like, because they don't have to click a link trying to go to another website. Sometimes the Wi-Fi is not working properly, doesn't load. Just send a screen recording, bro. You'll get more responses.
If it's like beats, when it comes to beats or whatever, it's like you gotta make the easier for the artist. So he don't gotta, like you said, he gotta click it, he gotta do this, he gotta do this. Maybe it's not open, and like if you got this straightforward, he just click it and he got the beat or whatever.
Easiest thing. Back in 2021, I had a TikTok that was blowing up. It was a Christmas TikTok, like a Christmas remix of like a Mariah Carey song. I got a placement off of that. Unfortunately, it got taken down because we couldn't use the Mariah Carey vocals in the song there, obviously, but it was a Lil Mabu placement. He reached out to me. He was like, yo, send me your number. And when I sent him my number, I texted him again, like the screen recordings of like the beats. It was so much easier to get like the actual song in. Communication was so easy that we made the song in like 2-3 days. He made the music video afterwards. In 4 days, we had the song ready, you know. He uploaded it on his YouTube he didn't monetize it. It still got taken down, I think. It got re-uploaded though. I think it's on YouTube right now. It was like 3 years ago. So he wasn't like, because right now he's doing really good numbers. So I think if we had released it maybe 2-3 years later, maybe we could have cleared the sample easier. But that's another thing, like it got me that connection, you know, with him. So I could send him out some beats if I need to.
Yeah, right. It is what it is. Like it's a lesson or is an experience, whatever. Like,
and like you gotta fail, live these moments, because like sometimes people are gonna be like, yo, I got this is on release. People be getting like placements and like it never releases, but that's just part of the game. You know, Lil Durk has like 200 songs in the vault. He's not gonna release all of them, obviously. It's just part of the game, bro. It's jump shots. Producing is jump shots, literally. And I noticed that when I went to Atlanta. The producers in Atlanta, bro, like it's jump shots, beat after beat, just like putting in the work. I'm not saying like make 30 beats in a day. I'm saying like just practice your sound, like practice to make beats every single day. And sometimes it might be like 1 in 100, but like one is gonna hit for sure. Like if you keep on going, one is gonna hit.
That's right, you gotta do something, and you gotta, when you take some route, you're trying to achieve some goal, you just gotta be consistent every day. Like try to do this over and over, and some of it will finally get you the result.
I do this in content. So like I have like 6 or 7 like content formats that I know are gonna work. But if you see me doing like another format and it doesn't perform well, I'm not necessarily trying to like go viral every time. I'm trying to think outside the box and see like, okay, I know these are gonna work for sure. I know that. Let's leave that aside. Let me try a new type of content. Is that gonna work? That's the real thing. Like trying something new is kind of hard sometimes because you're trying to get out your comfort zone, right? That thing might be the biggest style of content that you've ever made. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you don't try it, you might as well just never do it, you know? You might as well try it.
Yeah, right. You got no idea because maybe nobody did this. It's something you don't do, but when you try, you can find out. Like
if it gets like 10 views, at least you tried it. You know how not to do that again, or you know how to like change some elements of it, change your hook. You could change your, you know, the beat style you're doing. You could change everything. You could craft like really what you're trying to do. But if you don't try it, like you might as well just say fuck it and not do it, you know? But if you don't try it, you never know.
yeah, bro, so your videos with these weird sounds transferred to hard beats are just like, it's very good idea, so let's just make one, you know?
I have a whole library of videos, bro. I probably have like 100 videos. Yo.
These reels, these weird reels, right?
Yeah, like reels, like TikToks, like videos that a lot of people send me videos too. Like they're just tagging me in it. Yo, make a beat with it, like right now, bro. For like these kinds of beats where like I'm doing like random samples, I'll just like throw the sound in here. I'll just like listen to it maybe like 4 or 5 times just to figure out like parts that I like and that I kind of like find like a beat in it. Right off the bat, I kind of hear like a bounce here. So like I'll just chop it manually here like that. So I kind of hear like this bounce right here. Boom, pa, toom, ta. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I just like stretch it to where like I kind of get that pocket. That's kind of fire. Then I would just put this in, you know, a mixer track and maybe just throw an EQ on there. I love the, I think it's Cold Fire. Yeah, that's the one, bro. I love this. Sometimes I just throw that randomly on like samples, and there's this preset.
Oh shit.
It's crazy, bro. Like it goes so hard, bro. Let me turn down the wet here a bit. That's fire. I think I'm gonna keep that actually. Now that we have like some sort of bounce, we could add some, maybe some melody elements. So I like to use a lot of Serum. You can use pretty much any synth you want. So I like to use, I love this Serum Bank by Mexo. He's a young producer from the US, I believe. That's another thing, bro. I used to make like super complicated beats, bro. And I realized that sometimes simple stuff is kind of what works sometimes, you know? Sometimes you kind of like trying to wild out and just like do a lot of layers, but sometimes you're trying to keep it simple. Like. that's actually fire. Wait. So crazy.
Yo, that's a crazy video, mate, bro. It was cool to really see the process, like, of these videos, because you always see the reels, you always see the TikToks, but now you can see, like, how you make it.
Bro, I appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate you pulling up today. What else I can say, bro? Like, you can share your projects, like what you're working on right now. What's your plans for, like, next days?
First of all, obviously more content coming. I'm working on a sound kit, sample pack I'm working on. Also, you know, just dropping on Spotify. So Jack Haze on all platforms. Pretty much it, man. Just growing the community. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me on there on the video. And yeah, bro, I really wish you the best. And I'm looking forward to seeing the next videos that you put out for sure.
Stay tuned, guys.